Let's say I woke up tomorrow and poof, all of my coding knowledge is gone. So if I had to start from absolute scratch in 2026, I would ignore almost all the classic advice I was given a decade ago. I wouldn't be grinding lead code for months. I wouldn't be spam applying to 500 jobs. And I definitely wouldn't be dreaming of a big job at a giant tech company. The game has changed. The path from zero to a profitable developer is shorter and more direct than ever, but only if you are willing to ignore the old rules. Here's the twist: the goal isn't to get a job, it's to build a business, a small, profitable internet business that you can run all by yourself. This is the exact roadmap I'd use to become a successful indie hacker by the end of this year, using AI shortcuts and specific projects that let you bypass the traditional job market entirely. Forget the corporate ladder, we are building our own elevator. So, you might ask, what is the first step? It's about it's not about code. It's a total mindset shift. The old playbook is basically dead. Learn to code, build a portfolio of generic projects, get a junior developer job, and start climbing the ladder, right? The path is slow, ridiculously crowded, and frankly, not even the best game in the town anymore. The most exciting opportunities aren't inside the big tech companies. They are being built by solo developers and tiny teams. We are in an era where one person can genuinely build, launch, and scale software that brings in serious revenue, and sometimes even seven figures a year without a huge team. This is the whole idea behind the indie hacker movement, and it is about building your own product, whatever it's a micro SaaS tool, a subscription service, or even just high quality templates. It's about finding freedom through ownership, not employment. This isn't some fantasy. Just go look at platforms like Indie Hackers, where founders are openly sharing their revenue and their strategies. Even people on X and LinkedIn are also sharing their stories. You can go and watch them. Your new goal isn't to become a React developer, it's to become a problem solver who uses tech as a tool. Find a painful problem for a specific group of people and build a solution they are happy to pay for. This distinction changes everything. It changes what you learn, what you build, and how you define success. Success isn't passing a whiteboard interview. It's 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 getting your first paying customer. Look, even with all the incredible AI tools out there, you cannot skip the fundamentals. It's like trying to build a skyscraper on a puddle of mud. But here's the good news: you don't need a year for this. You need a 4 week all out sprint, right? Your focus should be laser sharp on the core trifecta: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the these are the three non-negotiables that you need to learn. HTML gives you the site structure. CSS gives you a good CSS makes it look good, and JavaScript brings all of it to life. For JavaScript, you need to learn variables, functions, arrays, objects, DOM manipulation, and the big ones of the handling data, promises, and async await. The absolute key is to avoid the tutorial hell. You need to be writing code from day one. I'd recommend interactive platforms to get your hands dirty immediately. Like Free Code Camp is amazing for the comprehensive curriculum. Then the Odin project is fantastic if you learn best by building. And Scrumba has a unique interactive video format that's kind of mind blowing for me. Oh, and learn Git, seriously. It's the version control system every single developer uses. You just need the basics to start, create a repository, commit your changes, and push your code to GitHub. That's it. 4 weeks. That's your window to build your muscle memory you need before we get to the fun stuff. Now, with the fundamentals in space, it's time to pick a modern framework. Now, the ecosystem in 2026 has a lot of great options. Vue is fantastic for the new projects. But for an indie hacker, I would still bet on React with Next.js. And here's why. The community is enormous, meaning you can find an answer to any question in seconds. And its structure is perfect for kind of projects we'll be focusing on, right? And here's where our path takes a sharp turn from the old roadmaps. We are not just building websites, we are building progressive web apps, or we can call these in modern language as PWAs. A PWA is basically a website that can be installed on the user's phone or desktop, can send push notifications, and can even work offline. For an indie hacker, this is a secret weapon. First, you get to bypass the app store and its 30% tax. Second, you remove the friction of traditional app download. A user visits your URL and can install your app with a single click. While PWAs haven't completely taken over native apps, the ability to deliver an app like experience with the speed and accessibility to the web is a massive strategic advantage for a solo founder like us. You learn to structure your app with React components, manage states, and handle routing. Then you'll immediately turn it into a PWA, which tools like Next.js can make incredibly simple. This one skill gives you a huge leg up. Now, to build a real business, you need a backend. This is the brain of your operation that handles user accounts, payments, and saves data to the database. The quickest path here is to stick with the JavaScript and Node.js with the Express.js framework. Using a simple language everywhere just makes you faster. In this phase, you'll learn to build a REST APIs, the communication channel between your apps and your databases. You'll create endpoints for things like signing up and logging in. And for the basic CRUD operations, and CRUD, by the way, is create, read, update, and delete, which are the foundations of pretty much any app. For the database, starting with a flexible NoSQL database like MongoDB is a great choice that pairs nicely with Node.js. But let's be real, the world is bigger than one stack. Many developers now prefer TypeScript for its added safety. And it's worth noting that alternatives like Supabase or other backend as a service platforms can help you move even faster by handling the backend for you. Finally, you'll deploy it. Congratulations. Services like Vercel and Netlify are pure magic. You connect your GitHub, and with a few clicks, your application is live on the internet. By the end of this phase, you are no longer just learning, you are a full stack developer who can build and ship a complete product from scratch. Now, before we get to the part that feels like a cheat code, the AI shortcuts that will 10x your productivity, I have a question for you. What is one tiny problem you have personally experienced that you think a simple tool could solve? Let me know in the comments. The best indie hacker ideas always come from scratching your own itch. Now, this is the secret weapon. In 2026, AI is not just a tool, it's your co founder. And I'm serious about this. It's your junior developer, your designer, and your copywriter all rolled into one. While 90% figure you might hear is probably an exaggeration, the widespread adoption of AI tools like GitHub Copilot is undeniable, and as a solo hacker, you'll use them to compete with entire teams. First, for learning and debugging, LLMs like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini are your personal 24/7 tutors. When you get stuck on a bug or don't understand a line of code, you just paste it in any of your favorite LLMs and ask for an explanation. This eliminates hours of frustration. Second, for writing the actual code, GitHub Copilot is non-negotiable. It lives on your code editor and suggests entire blocks of code as you type, handling all the boring, repetitive stuff. This allows you to focus on the real logic and it can easily double your output. And third, AI has your back on design and content. Can't create a logo, use Midjourney or DALL-E to generate one. Need landing page copy? Tools like Jasper or Notion AI can write it for you. By stacking these tools, you automate huge chunks of the development process, letting you build in days what used to take months. This is literally how you punch way above your weight class. Okay, now the interesting part. Let's talk about the projects. And please do not build another to-do list or weather app. From this moment on, every project you build should be a potential business. Here are the 3 ideas to build your indie hacker portfolio. First one is the niche AI powered PWA. Build a simple SaaS tool that uses an AI API to solve a super specific problem. Think AI tweet idea generator for real estate agents or an AI product description writer for Etsy sellers. This project combines your full stack with PWA skills and proves you can work with AI. It's a perfect micro SaaS you can charge $10 a month for. Now moving on to the second idea, the high value templates. So many businesses need common features but cannot build them. Create a premium, beautiful design components and sell it. A great example is a Calendly style booking system or a Stripe integrated pricing page built with React. You can sell these from a marketplace like WOP or right from your own website. And the third is the full stack indie product. This is your main event. Find a pain point that people are complaining about on the forums like Reddit or Indie Hackers. Actually talk to those people to validate the idea. This is the step that most developers skip and they regret it later. Then build the minimum viable product, that is also called MVP, using your full stack skills. Launch it. Share your journey and focus on getting your first 10 paying customers. This project proves you can not only code but also find a market and build a solution people will pay for. So that's the roadmap. It's a 3-month sprint that takes you from a zero to a full stack AI powered indie hacker. You start with a focused sprint on fundamentals. You master the modern front end with a strategic PWA advantage. You round out your skills with a capable backend, and then you pour gasoline on the whole thing with a suite of AI tools. The web development landscape of 2026 isn't about who knows the most language or has the fanciest degree. It's about who can build and ship valuable solutions the fastest. This roadmap is designed for speed, giving you the tools not just to find a job, but to create your own. The path is clear, the tools are here, now go build. Thanks for watching this video till the end.